from our studios in the historic Brooks Mansion, located in Northeast Washington, D.C. This is Student Exposure. Did you know that there is a nonprofit organization that advocates for prison reform, and their success is due to volunteers? Let's find out more about CURE, also known as Citizens United for Rehabilitation of Errants.
Citizens United for Rehabilitation of Errants. And basically, it's people who make mistakes, which we can all relate to. CURE started in 1972 in San Antonio, Texas. My wife and I, Pauline, started CURE. We felt then the need for bus services for families to the state prison. And so we did this for a few years, and it was very successful. The prison system liked us when we ran the bus service. But when we began to question the policies, and particularly inmates being used as guards, they did not want to work with us anymore. And we, of all things, were successful in passing legislation to do away with inmates having this power over other inmates. We ended up expanding to a national organization and moving to Washington in 1985. In 1986, my wife was able to pass legislation to provide the WIC program for mothers who were pregnant in prison. And that was a very difficult issue back then, because people did not want to acknowledge that there were people in prison who were having children. And she later was able to pass legislation that allowed mothers to serve their prison time with their small children. It's amazing. We do receive volunteers almost daily. Family members want to get involved, particularly when they have loved ones. People see through their churches that this is something that, as we know, Matthew 25 is the basis that I was in prison and you visited me. But also, there is another side to that. Not only should we be visiting prisoners, but we should also be advocating for their release. Certainly we believe that people of color are disproportionately incarcerated. We also believe that people, a lot of times it's because they don't have the resources that they need for defense, etc. In Texas, when we started, the prisoners used to say, you're guilty until proven rich. And I think this is still true in our society. CURE is basically funded through memberships that people send to us. Prisoners feel that this is their organization and they support it. And we, instead of receiving $2 in cash, will receive stamps if the prison system allows that. Anyone, of course, that writes us will receive information whether they are indigent or not.
In 1996, tragedy hit my family, and it led me to go out and find meetings and support for my pain. And Maryland CURE was one of the chapters that I had gone to meetings with and liked the meetings. And with all of it coming together, I decided to keep coming back. And at the end of the day, they asked me to be president. If I could add anything, it would be to expand and to get families involved. And so I would love to see a family networking with the inside out. We come a long way, and Maryland CURE really looks at a positive, and so we're fortunate enough to be able to partnership with bipartisan organizations that think like we think. And I'm happy as I can be that it is a shift out here with even our president and everybody's understanding that people deserve a second chance. So I'm happy about that part. No doubt in my mind, and now we have statistics, we have everything we need to know that prisons have gone into big business. It's big business today. It's no longer a punishing tool. It's deep pockets we're learning. All of the things that we have is brought to the table, how much it costs to incarcerate a person, how much they make. It's just modern day slavery. It's been a pleasure to be part of this program. We have many, many chapters throughout the United States, and hopefully we can combine our efforts and become one voice. And I'm hoping to see that when we speak of cure, it'll be known worldwide.
And here in studio with me today is our DCTV student producer, Daniel Del Pialago. Welcome to Student Exposure, Daniel.
Thank you for having me.
So we were, as you saw in the package, they talked about coming from Texas to D.C.,
Yes.
but I understand they also have an international presence.
Yeah, I mean, it's been from their very initial grassroots action to they have a global presence now. They are there's the state-based organizations that CURE represents, but they also have an international arm. So they are in several countries around the world doing the good work that they started here in the United States.
Right, all just based on one simple movement that they took
Exactly,
part of in.
yes.
So as a co-producer of this segment, what is the most significant contribution that you think CURE offers to the community?
From what I saw, and specifically from the woman, Leah Green, who's the president of Maryland CURE, it was the sense of hope that she has. You know, she has a lot to be down about if one thinks about it.
True, very true.
She has a family member that's incarcerated. But CURE has given her hope that she can help him in his current situation, but also, as she mentions, help other families that are in the same situation, give them an outlet to interact with other families in very similar situations and hopefully lighten their load and their pain a little bit.
Absolutely. Another great organization working to help and aid the community and residents here in the district.
Yes.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who would have thought that a trip to a county jail visiting a friend could inspire Charlie and his wife to create the CURE organization that exists today? For more information about Citizens United for Rehabilitation of Errants, visit their website at curenational.org.